Corey Stevens with a newly rehabilitated voice.
Yeah, we were gonna record. What was it?
I went on the DL for about 4 days.
Yeah, he was on the IL of your Angelica and everybody else.
I've seen Jared use it, Levi Weaver use it.
Yep.
Everyone's using the IL, and I can't convince them.
Nope. Hey, RotoWare has it'll always be the DL shirt.
Good. Can we get that?
I think we can buy that shirt. I think we have enough in the
Right,
Cold Beers and Curveballs fund right now.
We don't ever have enough in the Cold Beers and Curveballs fund. Don't lie.
Not for anything important, but enough for a t-shirt.
No, we like to record on Sundays, but on Sunday I sounded like some mix between Kermit the Frog and Mafia Boss.
Right, and we were going to record last night, but I had to close down work because my work thought it was cool to hire people who are incompetent. So this is brought to you by Doghouse Beer Garden in Richardson, Texas. So we're cold brews and curveballs today.
We've been cold brews and curveballs before.
Yeah, we've done the coffee
we
shop.
might have even sat in this exact place.
Yeah, we've done the coffee shop deal. So none
Don't
of our
talk
places
like
are
you're in
open
a coffee
anymore.
shop, though, Chase. You got to talk like you want to annoy everyone in the coffee shop.
Oh, okay. I'll talk like that.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
good with that.
You got to hit the back wall. You know what they say? You got to hit the back wall.
Yeah. Just like on Sister Act, you got to act like you're in a bar and people are screaming, and you got to make your
What?
voice hear over.
I can't hear you. Yeah, if you pay attention, you can still hear a little hoarseness in my voice, but it's all getting better, and
Right.
I don't have to feel like I'm yelling every single time just
I
to
know,
get out 5 words.
If you haven't noticed, there's the female voice missing.
There is a female voice. Where's Angelica? Hey, everybody.
And Angelica
Nope.
is Angelica was not able to make it out this week, but she will be back
Well,
for the
she's
next week.
It's working too hard, you know.
It's
Those
working too hard.
5 full-time jobs she's got.
She's got the 2 full-time jobs at the plastic surgery place, you know. Got to make those boobies look good.
Something like that.
But she's probably going to hate this show because she's not here to filter out anything that could or could not be said about her.
Hey, so, Chase, I think tomorrow's opening day.
Tomorrow is opening day. This is the opening day eve show.
Yeah. I heard you talking about baseball movies on the grams.
I did. I've last night watched Moneyball. So tonight will be Major League.
Right.
There's no more, spring training games being played. So I don't have any baseball to watch.
It's that precious off day. It doesn't come for another 12 days for the Rangers or something like that.
Right. It doesn't come for another day until the
I
World
think it
Series
is 12
for us.
days actually. No off days.
No off days here.
No off days. Rangers have a series against the Cubs, and then they have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series against the Astros at home. Then they go on the road against the Angels and then the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then I think they have an off day, and then they come back for the A's, I believe, and that would be around April 12th. I was looking at those for, birthday tickets. Might go again soon.
I'll tell you who's got a fucked schedule this year, and that's the Red Sox. They're starting out in Seattle. First game's in Seattle.
Ha.
Like that's like 10 o'clock time for Boston.
That is pretty lame.
On a Thursday.
That is pretty lame.
Like Rob Manfred, get it together. Put them in Tampa Bay. It's warm in Tampa.
Speaking of Tampa, remember how I showed you that the stadium's going to look pretty dope in there? New lighting and everything.
Yeah.
State-of-the-art lighting system. All 5,000 fans will get to appreciate that.
The Miami Marlins are not the only baseball team that has a gay bar. So the lighting reminds me of.
Looks a bit like a fish tank.
Gay nightclub.
Man, I think, I want to call this opening day, but I think the new baseball this week is, it's like extension extravaganza. You know, it's like, you get an extension. Everybody gets an extension.
Well, you can thank Mike Trout for that. What was it, $412 million?
Yeah, but did he...
426 and a half.
He did kind of start it off, but
well, no,
one would
I
also
think
say maybe Nolan Arenado started it off. One would also say that the free agency, everyone's looking at, okay, finally the big names in free agency are signed, and maybe no player ever wants to hit free agency again.
DeGrom, he got his 5 years, $126.5 million.
I think 135. I heard. It's pretty high.
135, yeah.
It looks like there's some deferred money on there.
Yeah.
the Mets are known to do. Defer Bobby Bonilla.
I know.
Bonilla
Every July 1st.
for a million years.
Yes.
No, DeGrom's getting around 30 mil. Let's see. So, looking right into those contracts, Verlander got 2 for 66.
Yes.
So that's not a real long extension at all, but it is about 30 mil a year. 33. Chris Sale got about 5 for 145, which is about 30 AAV. And then DeGrom it was 4, right? Or 5?
It was 5.
So 5 for about 140 as well. You're right around 30 mil a year there.
Bregman and Goldschmidt both got them.
Yeah, and Snell we're looking at, only 10 mil a year, which the thing is, yes, he did win the Cy Young last year in the AL.
He's pitching for Houston now.
Cy Young.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thrown off by that joke that was 4 weeks old, but good thing we're bringing it back.
Right.
Don't ever let that down. That's for you, Angelica.
That's for you, Angelica.
No, but Snell, you see, he wasn't that great a couple of years ago, so he doesn't have this long track record, and he's also a lot younger, so the extension is not really taking as much of his free agency years away.
No, I mean, the only thing that's going to take anything away is the fact that he's going to be in Tampa Bay, so that will still his soul.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the only thing he's losing is his soul and any type of happiness one could have.
Yeah. But you look at that.
I keep looking at it. Would you just look at that? Corey's over here just hacking up a lung.
Corey had to turn off his mic because that demon from a couple days ago reared its head.
COPD settling in.
So, no, I think of Snell's contract not being prohibitive at all for a trade. If he's good in a couple years still, and somebody really wants a good pitcher, they're not going to be turned away by his contract at all.
Right.
Somebody like Chris Sale, Verlander, those numbers are going to be prohibitive to half of the teams. They're not going to want to pay 30 mil for a pitcher.
Right.
And like you were talking about, tell us about the position players that were all getting extended.
Yeah, Goldschmidt, he got 5-year, $130 million, and Bregman got 5 years for $100 million. Trout, though, coming in with the $426.5 million contract. That basically they break that down to about $1,600 per at bat for the next 12 years, is how you look at that. And a lot of people in the business say that he could have probably had $500 million had he gone into free agency.
Yeah, right.
$500 million.
Oh, no. If people were trying to money whip Trout, of course. I mean, you're already... So the thing is, it was actually... He still has 2 years of his current contract.
Yes.
Although the total package does look like 12 for 427, it is more like 10 for 360. Because the current contract is unchanged, and it's 10 more years past that.
Right.
36 annual average value. Goldschmidt 26, Bregman 20. Bregman at 20 is a steal if he continues to produce. But the thing is, hey, he's only been this good for a couple years. He's young. You also look at DeGrom and you say, hey, DeGrom is 28 years old, maybe 29 years old. He's getting 5 years, and that's taking him to about 35 years old. That's pretty unprecedented.
Right.
They're really banking on that this is going to be a sure deal, that he's a late bloomer. But, for most other players, that are 30 years old heading free agency, they don't get these kind of deals. So
no.
The Mets, one thing you have to remember, though, the Mets agent is now the Mets GM, the Vanderwagen guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's DeGrom's agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think DeGrom will be an interesting one. Just pitchers' contracts in general are always interesting because they're really Max Scherzer's one of the only ones that's really panned out for
right, and he's
for big money.
He's getting paid so much.
Right. I'll tell you one pitcher that's not getting paid that much, but he went ahead and took the contract, and that's Gio Gonzalez. Signed a minor league deal with the New York Yankees. I'm not really sure what's going on with the Yankees because the Yankees say they're all in on Troy Tulowitzki too. So that'll be an interesting season.
They're just here with
the one
money
thing we
and
didn't
they
even
can-
talk about was that we've already had opening day baseball in
Oh,
J-Pon.
yeah. See, I really don't like that idea, though.
It's stupid. I remember the first time really seeing it, and it was they went down and played.
Man, I
in
have
Florida.
nothing. I have nothing wrong with Japanese baseball, and I get that the
But this
logistics
stupid-
of it. If you're going to send games over there, you got to give teams travel time and extra day of rest and everything.
Right. Well, they're not going to do that with the Yankees Red Sox. They're playing in London.
in England or something.
Yeah.
Well, that is still like about a 4 or 5 hour difference compared to 12.
But they're both
It's
on the
a
West
big
Coast
difference.
side. They're on the West Coast side. That's not 12-hour
The
difference.
Pacific Ocean is a lot bigger, sir.
No, it's not. It's the same ocean.
Okay. Anyway, it is all just one big ocean.
It's all one big ocean. Even though
Um,
Facebook says that they don't mix there where they meet on that one video.
Right. Look at this amazing picture.
Yeah, look at this picture of this two waters not
So-
mixing.
Right. And so
Racist ocean.
you got baseball out in Japan, and apparently the Mariners are going to start off the season 2-0.
Yeah, and
They
they
beat
start the
the
season off
A's.
with no more Ichiro.
That is correct.
Ichiro announced retirement. It wasn't a big deal. I think it started about the
wasn't?
third or fourth inning. It wasn't. They didn't make an announcement before the game. Like there was nothing.
Well, yeah, but when they pulled him, he had time enough to shake everybody's hand. I think that's a big deal.
Yeah,
he
I
walked
mean-
off to music.
Right, but they didn't make a big deal of it before the
no,
game.
there wasn't a big. There wasn't a warning.
Yeah.
There was kind of rumblings that was going to be it.
Yeah,
though,
and the fourth and the
game.
fifth, I figured it would be the end. I figured that's why they signed him to the minor league deal, to get him out there, let him do his thing. After that, though, that's where the exciting news came, when Griffey was talking about coming back
Griffey
and
was
getting a
talking-
few at-bats so that he could change the record books, and I would be 100% on board with that.
No, the Mariners, I think, have a young Japanese player. He probably
Benny Hanna, I think is his name.
Benihana.
Yes.
Gotcha. Sure. No, there was just there were some different moments with all those players. Some, you could tell had the utmost respect for Ichiro. Some were just, hey, this is a guy. But no matter what, Ichiro, first ballot Hall of Famer. I've already heard people arguing whether or not he deserves unanimous now that Mario Rivera has broken that open.
Yeah.
Whether or not you can make the same argument for Ichiro, and I think the people are gonna look at it, and I don't think that's gonna happen. I think people are gonna say, hey, he didn't have the power. Singles aren't as important. We need to contextualize him. He had all the power. He just didn't feel like that was his job.
Yeah.
He felt like he was a leadoff hitter, and he was going to get on base, and he was going to steal bases, and he was going to be an incredible right fielder.
Old
And-
school Japanese mentality baseball.
Yeah, and there can be Japanese power hitters, but Ichiro didn't feel like that was his job. He was worried. This is like my cousin Brad would always tell me he loved Ichiro. He would say he was at the fucking All-Star game, and Ichiro is rolling the ball down the foul line to check whether or not it's going to stay fair or foul. It's at the All-Star game, guys.
Yeah.
And he's checking his push bunt down the third base line. His dad forced him to be a left-hander so that he's closer to first base. He's got this weird-ass hits, his weird-ass swing.
Yeah, they're like slap bunts.
Yeah,
They do that in softball.
everything looks like a slap bunt, except for it works. Coaches say, hey, this doesn't make any sense. And he says, have you looked at my numbers, bro?
Yeah.
So
I was looking at his spray chart.
3,000 hits after the age, was it, how many total MLB hits? Just over 3,000 or
Yeah,
way over 3,000?
It was over.
Because he came to the MLB in about age 27, right?
Yeah,
I think he started late.
he started late. He was in the Japanese league there for a long time. So I mean, if you add in his hits, he's probably got 5,000 hits.
Yeah, no, he's one of the quite possibly the best hitter in baseball ever.
Yeah, Pete Rose.
Yeah, nobody. I mean, you and I did not watch
yeah,
Pete Rose live.
Pete
but
Rose.
I'm just saying.
Just saying, Pete
Ichiro's
Rose.
hit.
He chose to slap bunt. That's cool. That works at Ole Miss softball.
Well, it worked pretty damn well.
He worked for Ichiro,
He has the
too.
most hits in a
I
season.
mean, he did have a triple that was right down the first base line, about 20 feet over first base.
Dude, that's the perfect. Those little flares, and you're like, those little bloops, and you're to second base already when it drops.
Yep.
And then they scramble around, and turn that into a triple. Nippon Handball or Nippon Professional Baseball, 1,200 hits. MLB, 3,089 hits. 311 batting average, something that no current Ranger will ever sniff.
Yes.
311 career batting average.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people doing that anymore with the way the baseball's headed.
Bryce Harper will never sniff that either, so, let's be real.
What are we going to do if Juan Soto has a better season than Bryce Harper?
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
I think it is. I think he's
also
gonna have a better
Ronald
career.
Acuna could definitely.
Yeah.
Both of those are trending way up. You're not high on Ronald Acuna.
I mean, I do
for
like
some
Ronald
reason?
Acuna. I got Ronald Acuna.
You feel like he should have got beamed?
He got one. I got him on 1 out of my 5 fantasy teams this year.
1 out of 5.
One out
Good
of
thing
5.
that you're really invested in that one favorite, right? You
Yeah.
got 5 to cover. Is that?
Yeah, I got 5 to cover. Well, I do different types of drafting. Like some of them, I do 2 of them on auto draft. I know people hate that,
Yeah.
but I like to see kind of like,
What
hey,
happens,
if I put no work into this,
right.
and I just play based off of everything.
That's
like,
replacement level, and you're going to be like, "Damn it, I'm worse than that." When
Yeah.
I actually tried.
Yeah.
So I think what we have left to talk about
Well,
free
first off,
agency
with
wise,
free agency, we don't have Kimbrel
yeah, we
or
still don't
Keuchel
have
on
Kimbrel
the
and
team.
Keuchel, so we're on the same page. There was Brewers rumors, but I don't think those are really there anymore for Kimbrel.
No, but I mean they've been saying the same thing about Atlanta wants to pick up one of them,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look like that's happening.
So people are bringing up that since, I believe this is relevant for both. I think both turned down qualifying offers.
Yes,
And so what that means is that if the team signs you, that team gives up a competitive balance pick after the second round. So people are saying, this is not a high value acquisition anymore, but the dollar value, if the dollar value is above 50 mil or something, then you end up giving away that pick. So teams aren't willing to do that for Kimbrel or Keuchel. They're not willing to overpay and give up the pick. If it was one or the other, they might overpay by a tiny bit, and they keep their pick. Or if they just had to give up their pick and they got the right
I have
dollar value,
right.
but they're apparently Kimbrel and Keuchel aren't looking for the right dollar value. Kimbrel wants, Aroldis Chapman was 5 for 90, I think. There was comps to that. And Kimbrel was wanting maybe 5 for 100.
Yeah, he's wanting
That's
like
not
20.
happening.
He's wanting 20 million.
It's not happening. You can have yourself 17 mil for 1 year. That's Kimbrel. Enjoy that.
I have a feeling that I'll be seeing Keuchel pretty soon in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the DBAT there,
Just
coaching,
coaching.
giving some pitching lessons.
I don't think it pays $1 million a year to coach.
It doesn't, but nothing from nothing means nothing, right?
Well, all of these players could be signed if they lower their expectations. I mean, any of them could get signed at 5 mil.
Right, but they feel like if they do that, then they're doing a disservice to the game.
They are, but hey, you're not signed. But
yeah, Gio
people are
Gonzalez, he
people
cut
are
him off
talking
a big old
about
piece of humble pie.
people are saying that if it actually goes until after the draft in June, then a team could sign them if they felt like if they're still free agents in June, then the team doesn't have to worry about giving up a pick. Also, a team might see that they are or are not contenders. So there might not be an end to this for another several months.
So if they were to do that, let's say that come June, Atlanta or Philadelphia, which are the 2 big teams that we heard.
Well, let's say the Mets are trying to replace their back end of the rotation. Maybe they're outperforming everybody.
Right.
They have Syndergaard and DeGrom, but they don't have a great 3, 4, 5.
No. But let's say that you have a team that's contending. They're 6, 7 games out. They sign Keuchel and or Kimbrel,
Right.
and they decide that this is how this is going to roll. They end up getting in the World Series. Do you think that seasons to come that we're going to see that happen, where it's like, hey, we're going to let you sit, and then maybe if we need this?
No, because the value of a game in April is the same as the value of a game in August, is one win. And so a team can get ahead by having Kimbrel or Keuchel or any player X that's going to theoretically improve their team. They would rather be improved in April and May and have a comfortable division lead, right?
Right. But if you feel confident about something and then you have an injury plague and then you have something like that.
Well, yeah, teams are always going to pick up random guys off the street. They're always going to, have those random signings. Rangers had Ben Revere,
Yeah, they released that guy.
Right, they released him, but if something happens to another team, he might be on the market
Right.
for somebody. He can plug a hole for 20 days, and then they'll cut him.
I think if you wait till after the draft and then you get that June, July time and you sign a player like that, I think it could make some interesting baseball trade deadline waiver type talk. I think it'd be interesting.
I think that might be what happens, but I don't think that's setting any precedent. I think
I
a
think
team
it will.
still
I think it'll be a president.
You think there'll be a president?
Or president, yep.
There'll be a President Keuchel. Man, I, for one, would be okay with President
So
Keuchel.
it's opening day eve, brought to you by Doghouse Beer Garden and Saloon in Richardson,
You
Texas.
say beer garden and saloon.
Yeah, they're a saloon now.
Saloon, sports bar.
Right.
What else are they?
So it's opening day
Shit
eve.
show. No.
I do think it is funny. We'll get into some Rangers talk here real quick. Mr. Hamill.
Yeah, Jason Hamill.
A very well
Not
pitcher.
to be
also,
confused with Cole
back
Hamels.
before we get onto that, Kyle Kendrick signed an extension.
Oh, yeah,
with the
another
Cubs.
extension. You're
Yes. Ian Happ actually got sent down to the minors. He's going to start the season in the minor leagues.
Ian Happ?
Yes.
Happ for the Yankees? J.A. Happ?
No, Ian Happ for the Cubs.
Okay. Gotcha.
A lot of people didn't see that happening, but
Hendricks was like 5 for 80.
yes.
5.
So
Something.
a good nice little
pretty good.
Yeah,
He's a good pitcher.
right. The Rangers they signed Hamill,
Yeah.
a decent pitcher, had some success.
Decent enough to make the team.
Yeah,
he made
the team, and he was like, nah, I'd rather sit out.
He went through a month of spring training and then decided it was time to retire.
Yeah, he was like,
He was looking at Ichiro. He was like, it really touched me. I think it's time.
I think he just didn't want to play for the Rangers.
That is what some people say.
I think that's what everybody was saying.
There's also that was a John Madden laugh right there. Well,
Mr. Madden.
draw the telestrator to explain to us Jason Hamill's retirement.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
So Jason Hamill retires.
Some people said
the
it
day
had to do
after
with
being told
being a
he's-
reliever, but that was pretty clear that he was
going to do long
going to
relief.
be a bullpen role.
He was going to be a Scott Feldman. Spot start here and there, long relief.
Yeah.
But what
He
was
was
also
not-
interesting on that was the Willie Calhoun Hunter Pence.
Yes.
Hunter Pence making the
Willie
big league
Calhoun-
roster.
Yes.
Willie Calhoun going to be playing for
I know,
the
but
Nashville Sounds.
if you open your eyes and read, those are not. That is not the spot that was that was taken from him. Calhoun is not your fourth outfielder with defensive flexibility. Calhoun has defensive inflexibility.
I don't even think he's flexible anywhere. Did you see him run?
Yes, I think he's plenty flexible.
Runs like a wounded goat. It's like when you shoot a ram.
No, that's Guzman. People were talking about Guzman's swing being like a baby giraffe and learning how to walk.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching dirt run up and down
Calhoun,
a basketball court.
Look, Calhoun can't play center.
No.
So, but Hunter Pence can.
But do we want him to?
That's
do
why
we
he's
really
your
want to
fourth.
see Hunter Pence on
Hunter
a
Pence can
baseball?
play any position if needed in the outfield.
Yeah. In his
Calhoun
shorts.
Calhoun needs to play left, which is Gallows now, so he's not playing there, or DH. So, but with all all reports are that Calhoun has taken it the right way this time. He took himself 2 days to clear his head. He was pretty mad, probably for a minute, and now he's tweeting about moving mountains.
So
he's ready to move mountains in AAA. And people said last
all right,
year,
Uncle Rico,
not throw it over these mountains.
hit a ball over the mountains.
No,
Show them.
No, faith to move mountains. I think we're alluding to Bible things rather than
the mustard
Rico.
seed.
Right, that's
okay.
So last year when he was sent down to AAA, he probably wasn't in the right spot mentally, and it took him 2 months to get going. He didn't have a good first start at the start of the season. People point at that, and people say, "Hey, you want to act like you're the world's best hitter? Look at your numbers last year. You're really not that great. So stop complaining. You belong in AAA still." I think he's got a great swing, and he's got a great hit tool, and he can hit for power, and he can hit for contact. but right now there's not a spot for you. And this is the same exact thing that, and to be honest, I feel bad for him because I was talking about these things weeks ago when I was talking about getting rid of Delino and Chu, because those are the guys. You know, Delino next year needs to be out of the picture because we've got center fielders like Bubba Thompson and Julio Pablo Martinez knocking on the door. So if our youth movement is here to take over our outfield, Chu needs to be not clogging the DH role for Calhoun. We need to see what we have there.
Do you think we'll ever see Chu out and about in Dallas? Do you think we can go on a Shinsu Chu hunt?
Hunt for the choo-choo?
Hunt for the choo-choo.
I don't know.
That'd be fun.
That's a weird thought.
We should find him. I'm sure he eats at a lot of the Korean barbecue places on Royal and 35.
A lot of the same places you eat at?
Nah, dude.
You don't go over there. That's not an English area of Dallas.
That's not where I hang out. I don't like boba tea.
You don't like what?
Bubble tea or whatever that shit's called.
Oh, that stuff is good.
No one
That's
wants
not Korean, though.
no one wants tapioca balls clogged up in their throat. So Hunter Pence, he's going to be on the big league team. I'm not too happy with that because I don't like the way he plays. People say he's a great guy. I didn't see it.
Literally, everyone on the Rangers is saying he's a welcome addition, and
I thought Tim Dillard was going to be a welcome addition.
He's
with
already
all his
a team
funny
leader.
movies.
Well, Tim Dillard is a welcome addition to the Nashville Sounds.
Yeah, he's always going to be for AAA.
We have mentioned that before, that there's no more Round Rock, right?
Yeah, there is no more Round Rock. It's all Nashville Sounds.
Yeah, they were
our
talking.
buddy Jeremy Mitchell, he'll be a Rangers fan this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's good for him.
Mitchell Bat Company.
They were talking with
show now.
Yeah,
yeah. Something
anybody
about
can have their own show
on the show with Jeremy Mitchell. Maybe we can do a. Maybe we can have him back on the show, and that can be an episode for him and an episode for us, and then so one of us doesn't have to work.
All right, sounds like a great idea.
Depends on if Jeremy wants to do the recording or we want to do the recording.
Right.
One of us just has to make a phone call.
Right. No, Nashville is signed up for 4 years. Often they were talking about this on the radio. They can sign for 2 years or 4 years, the player development contracts. The affiliation contracts that they sign with those teams and the big leagues, and they sign for 4 years. They think it's a great organization, a great spot, a great team. They do have the cool little guitar in the outfield,
and they're auctioning that off.
And the guitar looks pretty cool. Looks compared to like the little patch that Cleveland has on their jersey for the All-Star game.
Yes,
because Cleveland rocks, as we know, with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
right,
and all. But Nashville has a lot of music too.
Speaking of Cleveland, Cleveland's going to be an interesting. I think Cleveland's going to be the American League Mets. It looks like a shit show starting out. I mean, they're short. They're short. They're depleted defensively. They thought they were going to lose their third baseman the other day.
Yeah, just because, a ball bounce or something.
Yeah, Lindor made some comments about wanting to get paid, and the owner was like, somebody asked the ownership, well, what about Lindor? And they're like, enjoy him while he's here. So, I mean, they have no intent on signing him. I'm sure JD's going to be looking at that underneath his brown towel, writing them little notes.
Under his brown towel. I don't think JD needs Lindor. You think?
I think he would. Because Elvis, move Elvis out.
To third?
To anywhere. To home. I don't care. Move him back home. Is he Dominican or Venezuelan?
He's probably Dominican.
I figured Dominican.
We do have a lot of Venezuelans on. No, I was at the game 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And there was a guy, Cleveland's catcher. His name is, and
it used to be Jan Gomes.
Yeah, definitely not that.
But to stay on the Cleveland
he's
thing.
a Dominican, but he looks more pale than you. And I said, man, I don't think he has to worry about getting deported.
Yeah, no, he will definitely be one that doesn't have to worry about it.
He looks like a typical white guy.
So to stay on the Cleveland story, Kluber gets the opening day bid. Trevor Bauer goes silent during the media. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Well, maybe Carrasco was whining about it too.
But Trevor Bauer should have had it.
I agree.
I don't think Kluber should have had it. I think Tito's losing it a little bit, and I'm a little upset.
Tito's just losing it. Yeah.
I have been working on my Tito walk so I can be taken as a genuine manager.
No, check out this guy, Roberto Perez. He's 30.
Oh yeah,
Well, it doesn't want to.
he has
there we
that
go.
skin disease, dude. Way to make fun of him.
But look, he's born in Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, and he looks whiter than you.
They have white people in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I get it. We also have black
You
people
gotta
from
have
Puerto Rico.
You gotta have American workers.
The American workers.
You know, America owns Puerto Rico.
Your mom owns Puerto Rico.
Yeah, we bought some stock in it back when they bought it in the 50s.
But you
can
bought
back
it.
off.
You bought it cheap, and it's only gone down from there.
During the Pudge years, it kind of went up. So, do you want to make some predictions?
This show's gone off the rails.
This show is going somewhere.
It's going somewhere.
It's probably going right in the trash, and we'll just work on it tomorrow.
Work on it tomorrow again.
So, do we want to make some opening? Do we want to make some predictions?
Yeah. What do we have left?
Let's go ahead and handle the divisions.
But you were talking about Cleveland's rotation. I wanted to throw that to you. Houston or Boston or Cleveland, who has the best rotation?
Oh, clearly Boston.
Clearly Boston.
Clearly Boston.
I think Cleveland actually is better, sir.
No,
I think
it's
Cleveland's
Boston.
better. Anyway.
So I will say this is where I see standings for. I'll run through my standings for the end of the year.
Are you clicking one of those links?
Here's how I think they're gonna. No, I'm reading mine off how I feel they'll go.
You wrote it all up. Got it.
So I've got Boston,
Yeah.
New York.
Oh man, that was real groundbreaking. Surprise,
Right?
surprise.
I got Boston, New York, Tampa.
Oh man,
I've got Toronto and Baltimore.
that took about as much balls as putting Duke and North Carolina in the Final Four.
Right. Now here's where things is the AL Central.
Who'd you put last? Toronto or?
I put Baltimore.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And are we excited about the fact that the AL East can probably be guaranteed with about 90% accuracy that's going to be the order?
Yeah. Well, I think we can do that tomorrow.
Are we excited about that?
Yeah, I'm super excited about it.
There's no question.
There's no question there.
Are we excited about the new era in baseball to where you're FaceTiming your mom or something?
Yeah, my mom's trying to FaceTime me.
No, but I mean, Tampa should be good enough. They should be better than Blue Jays. I think that's the only question right there.
Yeah.
Is Tampa Yankees or Tampa either overtaking the Yankees or falling off?
Right.
That 2-3-4, and that's not really very exciting.
No, I think it would be exciting to see Tampa.
Maybe Boston, having lost Joe Kelly and having a World Series hangover and having lost Kimbrel, is going to be a second place team.
World
How
Series,
about that?
No World Series hangover,
How about
and
that?
no, let's set the parrot on the arm while we look in. It doesn't matter. So for the AL Central, I have Cleveland edging out the Twins.
Oh boy, that was
just barely.
What a pick!
I think
Nobody would have seen that coming.
I think the Twins could give them a run.
Shut up! They're 5 games back, at least 5 games back. From
And then
Cleveland.
it just gets real muddy. I had to put Detroit last. I put the White Sox over Kansas City.
Somebody's got to be last.
Yes. So the
Kansas City probably with the worst bullpen in all of baseball.
AL West, I have the Astros, Athletics, Angels, Mariners, and your Texas Rangers.
I
think it's a toss-up with the Athletics and the Angels.
I don't know how bad Seattle or the Angels are going to be, but I'm here out to throw 78 wins for the Rangers. I'm saying pretty close to 500. They're going to surprise people. And if that means that they're 4th in the division, then so be it. But I don't know how good or bad the rest of the division is going to be. I think it's going to be 3 teams from 73 wins to about 78 wins, and I think that's going to be, or maybe 72 to 79, and that's going to be your Mariners, Angels, and Rangers, right in that range. All of them sniffing 500. None of them quite there. Maybe one at 81 wins.
Yeah.
That's where I have that.
I think that'll be a pretty lackluster.
To be honest, Oakland, I don't know if I'm in on Oakland because, they lost Jed Lowry at second. He was a real big contributor. She was born in Boston. That's a hell of an interview.
Cool.
You don't throw that out in an interview.
I throw it out every day.
You want to impress people, not depress people. This is ascension, not dissension.
Right. Let's move along to the NL East.
I was mentioning Oakland, and she had to mention Boston and throw me off. But I thought to me, Oakland is a bit of a variable. I
think
don't know if they're going to have quite a big year.
I think it'll be Oakland
as they did last year.
I think if there's any flip in what I predicted, it would be Oakland and the Angels. I think the Angels could become second. So
it's possible. I just think there is, and that's what I enjoy about the AL West, is that I feel like there's arguments to be made about all 4 teams under the Astros. The Astros can coast to first, probably.
you would hope.
That's what everyone expects.
So I'll say the NL East. I'm going Atlanta over the Phillies.
Okay. Philly's still making the wild card?
Yes, with the Mets.
Ooh,
Going third.
Yeah.
The Nationals fourth, and the Marlins fifth.
Nationals fourth?
Yep. I think there's going to be a down year in pitching, and I think the offensive power is not going to be there.
So you've got Atlanta, the Mets.
No, Atlanta, Phillies,
Sorry,
the
Phillies,
Mets.
Mets. And Nationals. I think that's a division I want to watch. I think that's the most competitive division this season. I think Arizona's taken a step back, so I don't think it's the NL West anymore.
Right.
We had those 3-team race over there, and that was fun. I think the 3-team race is clearly in the NL East. I think Washington is going to be better than people think. I think people think that Washington takes a step back.
I think they're going to be good too.
I think Washington's still going to be good.
I think the Mets are going to step it up.
I think anybody going through, like, you're looking at those. I think the Mets step it up too. I agree, and that's the whole thing is does Atlanta stay up there? Does the Mets stay up there? Or, is it going to be the Phillies? Everyone wants the Phillies to win the division because they got Harper. I don't know if it's going to be very easy.
Right. NL Central. Ready for this one?
NL Central.
I'm not even going. I'm not even
real
going.
ground shaker. Milwaukee, the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Pirates, and the also ran Reds.
I'll have the Reds over the Pirates, actually.
Okay.
Y'all
You
please.
still have Cardinals with Goldschmidt don't move ahead of Cubs Brewers.
No.
Nope.
No. I think it's going to be Brewers Cubs.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
your wild cards in the NL are going to be the Phillies and the Cubs.
You don't think the Mets are going to be there,
I think,
or the
I think-
National? You
no.
don't think it's going to come from the same division there?
No, I don't think it's going
No.
to, because I think the Cubs are going to have a field day with those other 3 teams, with the Cardinals, Reds, and the
So
and the
Scooter
Pirates.
Gannett for the Reds is out for a few weeks.
Yeah, he's out 8
He
to
pulled
12.
8 to 12. Man, I thought I saw a 6 to 8, but he pulled a groin like Joey Gallo, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gallo's good for opening day though. I would say, okay, cool. They're going to have a field day with the weaker teams, and sure, the Pirates are a little bit weaker, and the Reds to me are not that strong. If I'm going to pick one wild prediction, that's going to be the Cubs finish third in their division.
Hey, Baseball Prospectus has them finishing
I'm
dead
putting them.
last.
I'm putting them at 81 wins. I don't think, maybe actually that could be second in the division, but I don't think the Cubs are going to be that great. I think there is a distinct possibility that the Cubs are third, even fourth in the division.
Right. So my NLS.
If the Reds catch lightning in a bottle, then they could be third in my division.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's tough to figure out, but I think the Cardinals can get back to being good, and I think the Brewers can still be good.
Yeah. No, I think that the Brewers and the Cubs will be a fun one.
Fans.
Yes. We're always angry though. The NL West, I do still have the Dodgers at the top.
Yeah. And
I've got
then
the Rockies. Then
Yep.
I've got the
the
Giants.
Padres. Yeah, you're
I got
way
the Giants, and then I got the
You're way
Padres, and then I got the Diamondbacks.
off. The Diamondbacks last.
Yeah.
No, I would actually predict the Giants last.
Predict all you want. Brochi's going out.
Ray's over there saying, no, the Giants are about to win a World Series.
So then for the wild cards in each division, or in each thing, I've got the Yankees.
Oh, man, what a surprise.
Right.
The Yankees and the Rays, or the Yankees and the A's?
I've got the Yankees and the Athletics.
Just like last year.
Yeah. And then
So exciting,
and then,
guys.
like I said, I got the Phillies and the Cubs for the NL.
Yeah, I don't see it that way. I think if the Phillies don't win the division, then yeah, I can see them in the wild card. I just don't see the Cubs.
I've got Baltimore back in the World Series.
Shut up. Go home.
Not Baltimore. I've got Boston. In the World Series.
You just Baltimore.
And I've got them playing the Braves.
Playing who?
The Braves.
The Braves. Are the Braves too young to do that?
No, I think the Braves are right there.
The Braves have the rotation to do that.
But I think they'll lose it in 5.
An all blue and red World Series, huh?
Hey, red, white, and blue, bud.
Most
uniforms.
teams are blue and red, or red and white.
'Cause it's America.
Or blue and white, yeah. I think the Dodgers could still be really good. I have a... Huh?
I didn't know.
I don't know what you're distracted about, but it's not baseball.
It's not.
You know what I did see? AP reported, but they just did the math. Opening day salaries, the average for all the players, went from, I believe it was 4.41 million last year to 4.36 million this year. That's a decline of $500,000 in average salary. So you multiply that up by 25 people, so that's 12 million in salary every single team.
Is down.
Down.
Okay, so ownership winning.
All they do is win.
All they do is win.
So, we talked about that all off season. Salary struggles with the players and free agency and such. And I think it's showing in the stats again that player salaries as a percentage of total revenue is going down, and player absolute numbers in salaries haven't necessarily been going down for 10 years, but the percentage of revenue has been going down for quite a while.
Hey, we're all going to win this year in Texas because I saw the food that's being served in Texas.
Food is being served. Yeah.
And you went to the game Monday night. Did they have the food?
I did see a foul pole.
Okay.
I saw a 2-foot chicken tender.
How do they do that? How do you get a 2-foot chicken tender?
Everything's bigger in Texas, sir.
Well, I understand that, but that's a turkey.
Okay, it's not a turkey. It's a dinosaur.
Yeah, so how
what
do they
you
do
get
this?
is you cross a turkey and a vulture,
so they got
and a condor.
Do they
you
have
remember like big old condor?
Right.
Okay.
If you want a turkey or a chicken?
If you want a wing that's really big, you take a condor, cross it with a chicken.
But it's a chicken tender. So what do they do? Just cut
enough.
Is it real thin?
Enough breeding to where you end up with a leg.
Is it real
take
thin?
The bone out. It's like the size of a bat. Not the very thickest part of the bat, but yeah, it's pretty.
See, because my thing was, I was thinking maybe they were butterflying it and flipping it over, and that's how they were getting it to be a 2-foot.
Yeah, well, no, they're just mashing a lot together. Okay.
Oh man, so it's pressed me. Okay,
yeah, it's a chicken nugget.
How much was it?
I think for value for food, you're actually getting the best deal. I think it's around $20.
How much?
I think around 20 something.
Okay,
maybe 24, but that's tops. No, if you've got a couple people eating on that, like I'm a hungry guy, but I'm not gonna have that. I had 2 hot dogs.
Yeah, 2 hot dogs.
Double fist in those hot dogs,
How are the hot dogs?
Then I had a.
Did you have the red, white, and blue hot dog?
Carbach brew. No, I did not. I did not see that one. I am interested in that because I was hearing on the radio. It's not normal pickle relish. There's some like pepper relish is one of them.
Yeah.
Some interesting flavors that might be really good. If it's straight up like onions and relish, definitely I'm out. I do not like onions and relish, but if it was a different, interesting relish, I might take like the red only. Maybe I'd be like get a custom red, white, blue dog.
Right.
Just red for China. No.
Or for the Republicans. I know Lloyd would be happy about the red.
Just the red.
Just the red.
But yeah,
Lloyd's favorite color. Lloyd's favorite part of the flag is the stripes.
That does seem interesting. Rebecca Creek Saloon has some fish tacos. They have some sandwiches and stuff, I think, that are only in the outfield Rebecca Creek Saloon. I did get frozen Jack and Coke, and as always, fear not, you can walk out with that thing.
Okay.
So just walk in, walk out, and enjoy your Jack and Coke on your way to your seat. Seats were great. and super cheap because it was an exhibition game, but I didn't care. And then it was just
this little thing. I went.
you saw the pictures, right?
Yeah,
Like everyone. I think 70 people saw the story.
I went 3 or 4 years ago when they had the Mets in town.
Yeah.
And it was a good little trip. It's good to see that last little bit because you're pretty much watching the big league team.
Oh yeah, you watched it for six innings. Volquez pitched 3 1/3, and then was giving up base runners, so he got pulled. The Rangers ended up losing, I think, 10-1 in that game.
Right.
And then they won last night 5-4, which they did the experimental runner on second. Did you see that?
Yes. Do they still have my sausage sundae though?
Sausage Sunday.
Yeah, you remember the sausage
I remember
sundae?
the same. I remember the restaurant. I don't remember Sausage Sunday being on the menu.
Sausage sundae. That was.
I remember barbecue. There was multiple things there, and I was tempted to get something like that.
I was 2 beers and a Jack Coke in.
Right, you needed some sausage.
And I had a sausage sundae. I was sitting there eating it with that family.
With that family.
there. We'll call them a family. Hey, our friend Isabel was at that game that you were at.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was. Finally, there was a foul ball over there, and it made me think of the foul ball girls because there was really nothing to get that way the whole game.
All right, guys. So let's break down the opening day here. We've got Cubs and Rangers. Mike Minor on the bump along with John Lester. Red Sox Mariners. We got Sale and Gonzalez. Tigers and Blue Jays. Who's
starting for the Mariners?
Gonzalez,
man, who is this guy?
Exactly. You got Zimmerman and Stroman there for that Tigers Blue Jays. You got Greinke and Ryu. Ryu getting his first start for the Dodgers D-backs.
Oh, so how long is?
Yeah, they're probably thinking next week.
It's only a week or
so.
So.
A week or two or so out. Then you got the Mets Nationals, Scherzer and DeGrom. That'll be a fun pitching match.
Oh, that is. That's a game to watch right there.
Look who's the starting opening day pitcher for the
Baltimore for the Orioles.
The Orioles.
Anybody should be good on the Orioles. That's Ichiro Tanaka. So when is that game?
That's
it
at
not have a time?
12:05.
12:05. No. They're all.
Yeah, they're both at 12:05. Orioles and
nice.
Yankees will be on the ESPN.
Okay.
So then we have Mikolas and Chasen. Probably screwed that name up for the Cardinals and the Brewers.
Hold this, Chacin.
And then we have
for the
Aaron
Brewers.
Nola. Yeah,
Nice.
Aaron Nola coming in with.
See, the whole Boston Seattle is a stupid matchup to start.
Yeah,
Cardinals Brewers there. That's
A's Phillies.
Braves
Phillies.
You said A's.
Yeah, I saw the A's.
Braves Phillies.
It's gonna be Teheran and Nola. And then we've got Astros and Rays, Verlander and Snell. That'll be a decent one.
Pretty damn good matchup there. What time is that? 3:05?
That is 3 o'clock. 3:07 is going to be
Angels A's.
Angels A's with Cahill and Fears.
Mike Fires, I think.
Fires.
Okay.
It's all the same.
Speaking of weird name, Larry Bear got it suspended till July 1st. You see that last night?
We're going to talk about that here in a minute.
Cool.
So we've got Pirates and Reds, Tellian.
Man, the Pirates have
and Castillo.
You can't even say their first.
Yeah. Rockies Marlins got Freeland and Urania. Indians and Twins got Kluber and Barrios. Giants Padres have Lauer and Bumgarner, and White Sox Royals have Rondon and Keller. But yes, Corey mentioned that Larry Bear out until July 1st without pay because he took his wife down in a park because she was trying to grab a cell phone. She was screaming hysterically.
The news cycle has moved on, but I think when this was relevant, most people were saying, "Hey, half a year seems to be about the right kind of suspension." It's not a full half year.
First thing I'm doing is I'm getting a divorce. First thing, I'm just like, look, I tried to be reasonable. You got me mad, messed up. People had cameras. I can't trust you anymore. If you're fighting over a person in your in-laws, that's stupid.
You know who else was knocking phones out of hands? That asshole in Deep Ellum.
Here we go. Don't even turn the show political. If you want to do that, go talk to your friend Christina or whatever her name is.
Christina's over here.
Not that Christina, the other one.
I know who you're talking about. No lash. Angelica, do you have lashes?
Yes,
Don't ever be like no lash.
You need to go ahead and give those out for some loners. But I mean, really, like if you're gonna fight fucking get into a physical thing about in-laws, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, in my relationships that I've had,
Yeah.
like, I've had in-laws that I wanted to punch.
Only the best. Everybody stay tuned for great relationship advice from
Yeah.
Chase Almy.
I mean, there's people
Don't
on
do
my
what I
that was
did.
on my ex-wife's side of the family, and my ex, you know, that I didn't like, but I didn't care enough about it to fight.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't care enough about it to get into an argument. Like, I would just be like, they're this hillbilly trash, and that's basically the extent of it. I would have been like, give me your phone here in a public park, and I'm going to take you to the ground, and you're going to scream. Like, that's stupid. But just get a divorce. That way it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Money's worth way more than people.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Gotcha.
true. Yeah.
It's true. You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, so I also mentioned yesterday in an Instagram live video
Yeah.
that we're
I
going to be
didn't
giving
watch through.
we're going to be giving away something.
Oh, a big D-bat?
No, we're
Cool.
going to be giving away a Making Baseball Podcast Great Again hat.
Nice. We should be giving away a lot of those for about $20.
we're gonna give one of those away. So we're gonna make a post here for opening day.
Nice.
We need you to tag 3
Tag
friends,
a few friends.
like it, follow us.
Share it, blah, blah, blah.
We'll give it out. Corey's also selling his spring break T-shirts.
The game used?
The
Is that
game
how we
used,
say
yep.
game worn?
25% of the proceeds are going to the Larry Bear Foundation.
Why do people want game used jerseys and they don't want my game worn shirts?
Right. Corey's is going to the
I
Larry
think that
Bear.
should
The
be-
Larry Bear contribution.
I think there are better causes than that. Like,
There is, but that's the one that I've
why don't we
dedicated to Corey.
contribute? Why don't we contribute $40 to a minor leaguer? I would rather do that.
He right now is a minor leaguer. He's not a major leaguer until July 1st. I wish we could get Kleinschmidt on about Bear because she loves that Bay Sports.
She was mentioning Profar. Apparently, Profar's been raking out in Oakland.
Oh yeah,
we'll have to pay attention.
yeah.
to
He's
that.
middle infielder Chris Davis until Chris Davis became not Chris Davis. Yeah, he was 0 for 4 there in one of the spring training games. And they're like, wow, look at Chris Davis. He's in midseason form already.
Nice. All right, I've got one last question on rankings. Who's worse, Miami or Baltimore at the end of the year? Last year, to remind you, Baltimore had 47 wins. 47.
Mm-hmm.
Miami,
Yeah.
oops, sorry, scrolled too far. JK, didn't scroll far enough, guys. Live
Miami had how
live
many?
radio of Corey Googling things. Last year, Miami had 62 wins. That's a pretty big difference. But people are predicting Miami falls off by a bit, and maybe the Orioles can't possibly be quite as bad as they
Cashner
were.
wins every one of his games. Marlins are going to finish
Marlins are going to be
lower.
worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are saying Miami's performing pretty well in the spring. They got a good young
they
team.
actually had a spring training
They got a good young team. They're ready to go.
in the Virgin Islands. They have a spring training in the Virgin Islands.
I
or
think they played
Miami?
in Florida.
Oh, did they? There you go. Well, it will be fun to see. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm going to eat lots of good ballpark food, but not at the ballpark.
Yeah, tomorrow I think I get off about 4 o'clock, and then it's time to post up and watch some baseball.
Yeah, I'm going to post up real early because I'm working tomorrow.
Yep. You
Yep.
gonna watch the morning ones? Text me how they're going.
I'm going to watch all of it. All 30 games. I'm going to have my eyes on.
Well, you're gonna have so many while you're working. You are the lucky one.
Right? So, Cold
have-
Beers and Curveballs, episode 57 for the opening day Eve show.
Sorry about the lack of female voices on our podcast. We really tried to integrate things, and
I know. Well, it's just because Corey's voice is hoarse. If it wasn't hoarse, we probably would be able to get that female voice on here.
Sunday would have been all right.
But yeah, we'll check it out. So keep looking on. We'll be on Periscope, I'm sure. Instagram Live tomorrow all day. Check us out, Cold Beers and Curveballs for Instagram, Facebook, CB and CB Podcast for Snapchat and Twitter.
Make sure you pay attention for that giveaway.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll be getting that post up there for the giveaway. It'll be a lot of fun. Making Baseball Podcast Great Again hat was a success for Arizona. People loved it.
People give you the side eye and then they grin.
Yep. One
It's
person
a
loved. Yep.
guared reaction.
Yep.
It's
It's almost like I
always
needed
the
to have
same.
another hat that said
People-
make reading a priority again before you
People get
pass
mad
off judgment.
and then they get glad.
Yeah. They're like, oh, he's making a baseball podcast. He's cool. but he doesn't wear vegan leather shoes because all podcasters wear vegan leather shoes. You know, they're all about the environment, NPR shit. So
we're done.
This episode's going to be over with right now.
Yep.
So enjoy baseball irresponsibly, drink responsibly, and until next week, enjoy that opening day, guys. It's the greatest day of the year.